Team of the Sky Pillar Sitdown. My name is Ballhawk. Tonight I am joined by four fabulous co-hosts. Just five dudes talking about Pokemon. I'll let them introduce themselves, going in order. Is Astrius first?
Oh, I'm first. Hey, Astrius. Howdy.
It's been a while.
Yeah, Jcaps.
Hey, I'm Jcaps. What's up, everyone?
Special guest.
Oh, well, I'm Sanson.
Hello everybody, how are you? By the way, I'm home.
And episode 15. This is our week 3. I guess I'll keep saying. I'll say it again. Episode. Yeah, this is I had this thought on how I wanted to like start this episode out, and then like
I ruined it.
Well, not necessarily. You didn't ruin it. I just say like it's been a while since I've had you in here, so like I don't, I'm just caught off guard, and I've had more than 2 whiskeys tonight, so so it'll be a fun episode.
Basically, you basically had an idea, but then you got drunk and you forgot the idea.
Well, I'm not drunk.
Is that what
I'm not drunk. That's just
You're tipsy.
I've got my whiskey goggles on.
You're tipsy, by the way. Is that what you're saying?
I've got a good vibe going. That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say.
Vibe going.
Yes. Anyway, okay. I have regained the vision that I had for how I wanted to start this this episode off. So I'll ask you guys this: how has your last 2 weeks been in the league? Because you're all in the Sky Pillar Stadium. How have you been doing? How have you been enjoying your time?
Grabbed my first W today, so
That's a win.
and things are improving. No longer at the bottom of the standings.
We take those.
We take those.
How about you, Jcaps?
I
Or Rom?
Rom can
Or
take
whatever.
if he likes.
I'm doing great, by the way. I feel comfortable with my team, unlike last season where my team absolutely sucked. Like this time around, I am very in the mood with it. I'm still learning, but I'm good with it. So let's hope it keeps that way.
I like it.
Alright, I'll continue on the Moltres did if that's alright with you guys.
Unacceptable.
Similar to Rom, I've also really enjoyed my team. I've really enjoyed playing here too. The chat has been really chill during games. After game talk with my opponents has been great, because I'm pretty sure I'm the only person who's my first season here, because I think you guys all played last season.
No, actually, we've actually had a decent amount of newbies this season. I want to say about a third of the coaches this season are our first time.
I think he means amongst this call, right?
Yeah, that's what I.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I meant. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people. So yeah, I think amongst the call, and basically I realized how much I love Megachomp and Jirachi, and Tapu Koko is a great bench warmer. That's how the first few weeks I've went.
If that's not your nickname for Tapu Koko from this point on, I'm going to consider it like a throw.
Alright, it's bench warmer from now on. You got a deal.
Alright, there we go. How have you been doing, Sun?
I won my week 2. Week 3 was a bit rough, but we pull back.
Foreshadowing.
What about you, Hawk? How are you doing?
How am I doing? Well, I've been better as far as league play goes. For those of you that don't know, last season I started off to a screaming. I screamed out of the gates with 3 6-0s in a row, and that was an Articuno division at the time. And moving up to Moltres, it's been a little bit tougher. I'm 0-2 and just got 6-0'd by Nintago Foxo, so it can only go up from here, right?
You can even say that things got a little bit heated up instead, in comparison with what was your journey in Articuno. Like in Moltres, things got a little bit more hot.
Yes.
But you can handle.
Yeah. I'm
I hope.
I'm not getting out of the kitchen yet. I can handle the heat. I'll respond this week. We got playing tooth tomorrow. We're recording this on Saturday, so you'll probably hear this after the game goes, and you'll know if I got off to a wood 3 start or not. But I'm optimistic at this point. So yeah, it's been a good first few weeks of the season. I'm happy about how things have been going. I'm excited for the rest of the season. And yeah, so we'll get into news and notes for the league. The biggest news item for this week, or for this episode, is the auto dock is gone.
Finally.
Yeah. To the wishes of some of the staff around here, which it's totally justifiable. I get why they didn't like the auto document.
Hey, it was fine Articuno, so that was pretty.
Yeah, Sun's and Astrius got their crew whipped into shape. No,
I think Lugia had the most issues. I'm not gonna.
I think so too. I think it was Lugia. The issue so for those of you that don't know, the document that we started off with this season for the singles divisions, just because it wasn't really feasible to do with VGC, just because Porygon isn't programmed to handle those games correctly. We had a document that was synced up with the Porygon bot, so that after the game was played, Porygon, instead of outputting the game results to a channel in Discord, it would just upload the results directly to our league, to that division's document, and populate the results there, so the moderators won't have to do it. The issue with it is that in order for it to
everything,
aside from everything,
the issue is absolutely everything else.
Yeah. No, I mean, it worked smoothly. Props to Harbor for Porygon. The Porygon bot has been he's improved it a lot. I don't remember the last time it's crashed. It's been very reliable for us in the Skypillar Stadium. But the issue with it was that the way that the results are displayed, the only way to discern who's played in the games is by looking at their showdown names, their handles, and if somebody brings a different or plays the game with a different name than the one that we have registered in the document, the results don't upload correctly because it's all based on game IDs based off of the showdown names of both coaches. So if one of the coaches uses a different Discord name or a showdown name, then it all kind of gets mucked up, and then it's a pain in the butt for us as moderators to go and track who's played yet, and you get paranoid about what if the doc isn't updating correctly.
There is also another problem that another obstacle that we are facing with the auto dock was when forfeits happened, because even though we ask for always finish your games, yada yada yada, we are very well aware that sometimes out of frustration, you forfeit the game and that's it. And since the game in theory does not finish, it messes up the entire results, and it's a pain to try to fix that. So props to Harbor for making the Porygon bot. I can't even wrap my head on how much effort he have put into this and how amazing this bot is. But this is not taking credit of that regard, but there are some problems that might need to be corrected in the future, problems that we were facing.
And it might be some of the ways that I have the bot set up for the channels too, and whatnot. But I'll have to get with Harbor to kind of straighten those things out. But we still use the Porygon bot for now instead of having it upload to the doc. It'll spit out results to the replays channel for each division in a CSV format. So all we got to do is just copy and paste that into the document and copy the replay link and boom. So
exactly,
still pretty easy. Can't thank Harbor enough for his work on that bot. That's really it for news and notes. We've had we've had 2 replacements so far, I think. One in Lugia, one in Articuno. I don't think we've had any others. Correct me if I'm wrong. We had...
I think that's it.
Okay. We had Sub-Zero drop out, and a returning coach in Choco Monkey took that team over. Happy to get him back in the league. And then we've got I don't know, some of you have probably heard her name before. in the. I think she mainly played in the Wi-Fi scene. I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, but Liv is taking over for Nathan, who he just John the league from the start.
He basically decided that not only he wanted to have a 14-second timer, he also decided that he wants to vanish like the Avatar and leave everyone expecting him. And like to some extent, it's very hard for us to program and build around that.
Yeah.
So like a sad time.
Yeah.
Dude, Nathan doesn't even want to build his own team. Like, he would just he gave like 6 mons, and then in like a different chat, and then I just spent 5 minutes, built a random team, and he just took in the game. No matchup, no nothing, just the names of 6 mons, and then
Oh my.
And you know what the best part is? He would have won the first game if I just did not forget to change Dragapult to Infiltrator. Because
So you're
his
saying
opponent subbed, and then he brought in the Dragapult.
So you're
and
saying
the
it's
Shadow-
your fault you didn't win a game.
Yeah, it was my fault. But you know, I got him the dub in the game today. I gave him a rock polish weakness policy carbing.
What was the
I mean-
Pokemon's name?
Carbing?
Carbink.
He
Have you
brought
heard?
this.
You don't know what that is, do you?
The name sounds familiar, but I can't picture it.
You know that movie
It's
with
the
Yancy?
little 6th gen guy that looks like he should turn into DNC.
Oh, okay.
It's
okay.
the budget
Yep.
Diancie.
Yep. Okay.
Like,
So, he really wanted to use carbing, so you know, I gave him the carbing set, and did you know carbing has 50 special attack and 50 attack?
I thought it was something like that. It doesn't have like super high defense and special defense though.
It's got
Look at
150
Preston.
I thought so. Okay.
defenses. But did you also know that carbing has less special attack than a Buzzwole?
No.
I found that to be pretty funny.
Can I be honest, Sansan? If you say absolutely everything about Carbink, I will believe you because I don't know this mon.
Pretty much.
Like, if you say, did you know that Carbink has 150 speed? I will say, I believe you. I've never used that mon. I've never seen that mon. So, what can I do?
I know what it sounds like just because I can't get the sound of its cry out of my head from the vast Pony Canyon in Gen 7. But,
Oh, yeah.
but other than that, like, I know it gets stealth rocks. I know it's a fairy rock.
Yeah, it's just the worst at the end.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a good screen setter.
Yeah.
He took my set that I made into WPF playoffs, and he won the game.
Nice.
Oh my lord. Wow.
That's cool.
Impressive.
It is. I mean, honestly, okay, so the Nathan lore is that he showed up for his round 1 pick this draft and then was skipped for every other pick and basically created the Nathan clause in the Sky Pillar Stadium where instead of... We started the season off with this rule that if you had been skipped 3 times, you are no longer allowed to make any draft pick selections until grace period hit, which happens after the rest of the division finishes their draft. We basically said, okay, fine, you know, whatever. Your timer is only getting halved each time, so, you know, by the end of it, you could end up with a 14-second timer. Nathan took it as a challenge, apparently, and said, all right, fine, I'm going to run with it. And just decided to get skipped every single time, and he had a 14-second timer by the end of the draft, so basically made it difficult to schedule all his games because he didn't respond, so we decided to replace him. So we
He
got...
didn't drop. He was
No.
replaced.
It was for the best.
It was. I mean, that's...
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I agree with the move. It sounds right by your guys' part.
There were also a couple people in the division who wanted him out too, so you know.
Well, that makes sense. He dropped the whole draft and wouldn't schedule. I wouldn't particularly be happy about that either.
It was more so from a
Personality.
standpoint of just like, you know, if you can't if you can't like respect the league that you signed up for to schedule your games, I mean, you couldn't even be around to pick more than your first pick in the draft. I mean, that's kind of like, you know.
That's the thing, man. Because when we send the applications, we ask people like, "Are you available for this specific amount of time from this date to this date? Do you have availability? Something will happen, like just to let us know." And it's kind of a bummer when, like, even though we all have responsibilities, like I have responsibilities, everyone else has responsibilities. So like you can be a little bit more vocal about when responsibilities are overtaking your availability. And we will be very understandable about that. We will be very comprehensive about that. But if you don't say nothing and just leave us to like die on the beach, that's very that's kind of rubs people in the wrong way to some extent.
Yeah.
For good reason too, in my personal opinion. I think that people have the right to be upset about that, and I don't blame you guys for replacing him at all.
And I mean, it's not like we were really scrounging for applications. We had, I don't mean to
We had a
like toot
lot.
our own horn or anything like that, but we had close. I mean, we were damn near close to 200 applicants.
You had around 180, right? I think was.
I
the amount.
think it was closer to 190. I think we eclipsed 180.
Yeah, but I think even Nathan, like, he did not want to play.
No.
He basically admitted that he wasn't really feeling it and he just wanted a break.
Yeah.
And I think it's for the best that he got out of it, like, week 2.
Yeah. Gives Liv time to. I mean, she only really missed. She was able to make up the week 2 game against Boot. Only really missed week 1, so it's kind of made it seamless.
Yeah, though she did have to use the old team, which,
Yeah.
wasn't the greatest, but at least she got her own team now.
Yeah.
And she got herself a Mew somehow.
Thanks to Stanny. I mean, hey, Stanny's used it before. He won one of the seasons with Mew, I believe, or he was close to it anyway. Here in SPS.
No, he actually won the Mew division back in season 2 when we had that.
Right.
But I don't think he had a Mew on
Okay.
his team.
Okay.
I think, I'm not sure.
Well,
I don't remember. It wasn't my division, so
I think he had Mega Aerodactyl. I think he had the Mega Aerodactyl Tapu Fini.
that was me. I had that last season.
That's
I don't know if he had it.
I know we had Turtonator
Season
and
He had
Roselia. No, you used Roselia. Am I confusing games here?
no, I
Probably.
think that
Probably.
I can.
if I recall correctly, Sansan had Mega
Oh,
Medichan.
he did have Feeny Arrow.
I thought so.
Like,
It's
you-
we've seen it a couple of times.
Yeah, and Zero Aura.
Yep. Yeah, no, hey, that that works out when you join the league and hey, you want a Mew? Yeah, I'll take it.
He didn't have to be though.
Who doesn't love a Mew?
Wait,
Well,
No,
Stanley
Liv-
did not have it in season 2. Yeah, Liv got it.
yeah. So
Because Stanley really wanted to use Deoxys Speed.
right, which like I understand like the desire, like it's a new toy.
Pretty good mon too at that. So I mean,
I get to play against it this week. Yay!
Fun. like, yeah, you get to play what Dio Speed Sand, I think it is.
That sounds about right. I just remember Dio Speed.
Yeah,
I
there's,
do have to again.
there's Mega Gardevoir.
I do have to
think
contact
oh.
Gliscor today. Not today, tomorrow.
Tooth's team was weird. I remember, like Deoxys Speed, Mega Gardevoir.
Yeah. Well, I think that'll do it for the news and notes. Let's take a quick peek at the Pick'ems leaderboard. Let's see here. This is the new feature that we've added in for this season. Which reminds me, I've got to get my, my week 3 picks in. I'm not going to cheat and look at results.
Oh, how have I been doing in pick'ems?
Let's see here. I've got the... Oh, let me bring it over here.
0-0.
Alright, I've got the leaderboard pulled up here. So here we've got Fatty Jones leading the way with 45 right and 29 wrong. In second place, there's a tie between I Miss Dad and yours truly, getting 45 correct and 30 wrong. Wait, no.
Oh,
No, I'm clear second place.
yeah, you lead it because you have higher
Did you
percentage.
share this with us? Or...
Oh, I'm oh yeah, I can share my screen. I just got the document pulled up. There's the document is linked in the Pick'ems channel. Let's see here.
I see it. Okay, I got it.
Okay, you got it? All right.
Yeah, I just didn't realize it was in the Pick'ems channel. Cool.
So, it's actually in the bulletin board too, I think. But anyway, so you got Fatty Jones in first place with a 60.8 win percentage. You got me in second at 60, and then there's a tie in third place is where it was with 44 and 31 record between I Miss Dad and Divania.
I'm top 10, baby. I'm number 8 on this.
Did you see Fatty Jones' strategy?
He's going like left, right. Isn't he?
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
He's going solid.
That's amazing.
That's a good strat. Has been working.
I mean, it
Clearly.
kind of like brings credibility to those who say, you know, like, wait, no, I was gonna say C's get degrees, but I don't think that's the picture I wanted to paint there.
Let's be honest, right? Because there's not many people who can realistically predict the correct result for every division. And so luck comes down to it half the time.
Well, I want to attribute mine to just knowing the skill of the players in my league, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, me too. Like, I know most of these people. I know their relative. For instance, I always vote for Stanny B to win because it's gonna happen.
You know, Stan, he's like 0-3, right?
And yet, I'm at the top of the leaderboard.
I mean, yeah, there's definitely a lot of luck that comes into play with this, but I want to remind anybody that's listening and looking at this, top three get Nitro for a month, provided by us, and the winner gets Nitro for a month, plus the Sky Pillar Seer rule, which they get to choose their color, and that will display over all the other rules that they have in the server. So there's some incentive to, you know, get these right.
And also, it's by like amount right, not by percentage right. So
right.
Vote on everything even if you don't know.
Right. Yeah, it goes by the number that you got correct. The win percentage on the right is just kind of a fun stat to be able to show, which.
So it's more.
Take as example Bagel John,
yeah.
which I think it has like the biggest percentage of rights, but it's not the biggest amount of rights.
I feel like he doesn't vote for VGC.
That's got to be.
Or he just doesn't vote for certain like things.
I think maybe he just picks and chooses who he votes for. Maybe, I don't know, at random. But yeah, no, I mean it's been pretty fun. I've enjoyed it so far. That's Pick'ems. Let's see. Let's go back to the script. What do we got next? The Spice candidates. The Sky Pillar Spice.
Ooh.
So, this is where we take our time to look at some games of since we last recorded that caught our attention that we might want to highlight, or just sets in particular. And I think we've got 4 games to watch.
Oh, before we go there, let me just go back on the topic of Pick'ems.
Okay.
When it's you guys' games, what do you vote for?
I vote for my opponent. Although I think actually I voted for myself, but I'm changing that up.
I voted for myself the first 2 games in which I lost, and then since I lost, I voted for my opponent in this game, and I got it wrong because I won. So I'm just 0% on my own games.
So maybe that just means that if we want to win, we have to vote for our opponents in Pick'ems.
Yeah, that's definitely it.
Well, that's not necessarily true, because I always vote for my opponent, and week 1 I lost. and
Well, how did you click the mouse when you voted for your opponent? Did you did you click it with like gusto and like really hard, or did you like light and tentative? Like I don't know, because I think that makes a difference.
I went very like soft. I went very without confidence. So
I think that explains.
So like I went. So like no, like the first week, I went with full confidence. Like my opponent's gonna screw me up. He's gonna beat me up. So I'm gonna vote on him, and I lost. This past week, I went like, my opponent's gonna kinda screw me up, and then I won. So like,
all right.
It's not a precise science.
We're still studying.
Well, if you ask me, I think you found your formula. You need to be like, I don't know. You know, you need to be like, you need to weigh the options.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't usually do pick'ems. The only time I did it was in Coliseum. I get rewarded for doing pick'ems right every week. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'd always pick for myself.
I mean,
regardless.
I can't fault you for that, because more often than not, you're probably right.
Quite frankly, I'm doing pick'ems here because I want the role, like Sky Pillars here. It's super dope.
Won't your mod roll overshadow it though?
Well, we can display it above the mod roll. I mean, it wouldn't have the permissions of it. It would just be displayed above it, so that its color would overshadow your mod roll color.
And I feel like the correct seer would easily be Xatu.
Okay, but there's no Xatu here.
I'm just saying, Xatu is the correct bird for a seer. I'm not sure if you played a mystery dungeon.
I just finished it.
Yeah, that Xatu is all seeing, all knowing.
It is.
Isn't it great?
But just want to let you know that since Xatu is not qualified to be a mod, the new seer of the Sky Pillar Stadium hopefully will be the Delhi Bird. So there's that.
No argument. How about you, Jcaps? Have you been playing pick'ems?
Here I have not. When I did them for EDC though, and I just would not. Well, I wouldn't. Long story, I wasn't really in EDC that much last season, but when I was, I did not vote for myself. I always vote for my opponent.
Why weren't you in EDC last season?
Don't you own EDC?
I knew you're gonna bring it up, Sonny. I took a mental break from Mons, so from EDC, so I dropped my own league.
So you only dropped your own league.
I dropped a few. Okay, I did not. I only dropped EDC.
What was your record before you dropped?
Jeez, you really just pounded me, huh? 0-4 minus like 20 or something.
Oh my goodness.
I was doing really bad with a Pult Mega Maw Mew team.
Bro.
So it was tough.
That's if there's ever like writing on the wall, like you need to take a step back.
I just think playing in my own league and all just got to my head a little. And I just think I had a lot of anxiety playing in my own league personally, just because I don't know what the pressure was. It just wasn't that anymore, and I'd rather just have someone else who actually wants to play than just me throw every week.
How have you been dealing with it since you came back? Have your nerves kind of calmed down a little bit?
Yeah, I think definitely. I think my nerves have all calmed down a lot. I also think putting myself in a lower division helps too. Hopefully get back into it. I've been doing pretty good in my other leagues, so hopefully that momentum can translate into EDC. Well, most of my other leagues anyway. Translate into EDC. So yeah, we'll see how that works. But normally in pick'ems, I pick for my opponent. I have luck to pick myself. Personally, I'm suspicious.
Nice. Well, hey, I think the mental break is definitely a big thing, and if I keep trending in the same direction here in Mulcher's division, I might be considering it myself. But yeah, no, I think it's definitely a good healthy decision to take a break every now and then. So Sky Pillar Spice. Let's where do we want to start? Do we want to start with see what do we got? What do we got?
So we can start with the Mega Manectric shutting me up. We can start. We can start with that if everyone agrees.
I think that's a good place to start. Let's roll with that. Let me pull up the replay here, and I will share my screen.
Okay. Meanwhile, when Hulk is setting up the replay, I'm gonna give a little bit of a backstory about this game. So people were like really excited about PRs, and PRs, etc. And to this trainer, to this coach in specific, Jamin007 drafted Mega Manectric. And one of the harsh critiques that I made about his team was the fact that Mega Manectric sucks. I blatantly said, like, bro, Mega Manectric sucks. And, like, when I published the PRs, I kid you not, like 2 hours later, this game started, and he proceeded to, well, you will see, like, we can watch this game, and you guys are gonna see what happened.
Foreshadowing.
You can, you can start the game, Hawk.
All right. We'll roll it. That's pretty funny. Jamin is a new coach in the Skypillar Stadium. I think he's a buddy with Astris. I think was the Skypillar or the SPS Open, was that his first introduction to Draft League?
Yeah, so he had never played Draft League before. I finally got him to try. He played the SPS Open. He did okay. I think he went like 1-2 or something like that. But he won a game is the point.
Mm-hmm.
So this is his first this is his first real league
victory.
Yeah, so this is his first real league, and he's real smug about the whole Mega Manectric thing.
He should be.
I was talking to him. Yeah, I was talking to him just before I joined this, and he's like, "Man, I'm real glad that I won. I'm trying to get Mega Manectric as many kills as possible just to shut Rom up." So, yeah.
Well, he's on his way.
So Jamie, just to let you know, every time you bring Mega Manectric, I'm gonna be rooting for your opponent. So answering the question about pick'ems, which one I'm gonna choose, I'm gonna ask Jamie beforehand if he's gonna bring Mega Manectric to the matchup. If he says yes, then I'm gonna vote for his opponent. I'm gonna do my pick'ems for him now. I'm just kidding, by the way. I'm not that snarky.
That was a good double.
He's bringing it every
That was
every
a nice
week
double.
now. He's bringing it just to get the kills.
Yep.
Did he not bring hazard removal, or is it on Glyscore?
It doesn't seem like he brought it.
Also, why is Caldio toxic against a Toxapex? She's against Pex like Subcombine, Taunt, Mono, Sacred Sword, or Scald.
That would be a better set for a Toxic matchup.
Okay, so he did bring
Right
default
there.
Glyscore.
Yep.
Okay.
To set the scene, this is in Zapdos Division 2, so they're more still kind of newer to the
Less
format.
experience.
Yes, less
They are
experience.
on a learning curve.
Correct.
We can say that.
That
Correct.
overheats into a Chunktas era. Oh,
It would.
toxic. Aw.
Would Tox have done 35?
Eventually. Oh, that's
Ooh,
unfortunate.
Would Tox have gotten that crit?
Well, okay. Number of kills from Mega Manectric, 1. We gotta keep track of that, by the way.
Right.
Ooh, if that got a flinch, that might have been a problem. So Mega Man comes in, gets another kill. Actually, it's gonna do Jack Squad too. Oh my lord! Another crit.
The crits.
Mega Manectric's going
That one doesn't
nutty.
matter. That one does not
And
land.
he
No, it
subs. That was a
That's
good.
ballsy.
That was a. So especially
with
subbing
the
in hail.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Very ballsy.
was he no earthquake on Gliscor?
Who doesn't run Earthquake on
Yeah. Okay.
2 kills.
This right
two.
here is the Giga Brain move. He subbed in the hail. He knew he'd live on 3%.
This man's built different, bro.
Oh
He
my
knew. He
goodness.
calced.
No way.
Wow, what a game.
See?
Was he Boots Cartana?
Built differently.
Wow.
Go Boots Cartana.
Who does that?
Right? Oh, it is the lowest div.
Oh, like the
I
only
don't think
reason
it
it
wasn't Boots Cartana,
would
was it?
be is if you're scared of.
Oh, was he not?
I mean, I didn't see Boots.
Oh, sorry. Rocks weren't up. I thought they were up. My bad.
Yo, hats off to Jammin'. Dude, that was that was
Yeah,
ballsy.
so
Subbing
Mega
in
Man
the
got
hail
5
there.
kills. Mega Man got 5 kills 20 minutes after Rom said it so.
Exactly.
Mission accomplished.
That was a moment. Hey, Leo. By the way, this cat that you guys are seeing is my cat.
It's so cute. I love it. It's adorable.
Hi, Lau.
Oh my god,
He's-
look at those eyes.
He's
He's
high on
literally
something.
18. He's literally 18 years old. So
Oh, why?
he's a very old boy, but he's a good boy. I love him.
Let's see, what do we got next? We've got. Ooh. Okay, that was Zapdos. Let's get VGC. Let's give the VGC a shout out. Actually, no. Let's do
I'm
rounds
not-
first. Let's do rounds first.
I'm not sure if my input for VGC is gonna be too on. I know nothing about that format.
That's fair. That's fair. We'll do Rom's game against very first actually.
Oh, okay.
So we can highlight his Mew set.
Oh, I want to see this Mew set. Yeah, I saw him post it. And I was super interested.
It went off. Like I'm taking
Come
notes.
on.
I'm taking notes.
Come on,
So okay.
Frog.
Frogfishes.
Frogfusius. But
Frogfishes.
I understand.
English is hard.
This Komala I nicknamed after LS because he's Australian and koalas are Australian, so you know.
I dig it. Time for dinner.
Oh, nice predict.
That was nice.
Because he would be really brave
Oh, this
to
Mew.
keep a coordinate.
This Mew's nickname is, I think it's the best nickname ever, honestly.
Dragon Dance Mew is such a good set. It's not even funny.
It's so good.
Yep, it's really good.
Even when it's got a bad matchup, it's good, honestly, I think. I mean, if you don't know what to do with your Mew, I mean, Mew is just, like, the everything Pokemon.
Hey, if you don't know what to do with your Mew, Cosmic Power,
Body press.
Rest or Roost, Body Press, Store Power.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I usually
Yeah,
run on my
Your item
Mews.
can be like Weakness Policy,
Chesto,
Chestoberry, Over,
Leftovers.
Leftovers, whatever works.
Mew is just, it's arguably, if you ask me, I mean, it depends on who you ask on any given day, but if you ask me, I think it's the best Pokemon in the Draft League format.
Over Pult?
It's
Over Dragapult, just because it can do everything.
Interesting.
Dragapult is, I think, it's got a roll, and it's very, like,
That's a fair take. I definitely see it between Mew, Pult, Orlando.
and Urshifu.
That's really it. Urshifu's 17, but it's usually not considered with the big dogs a lot. It surprises me because I think it is personally.
It's the thing that, like, it's the fear factor that Urshifu has, like, when it, okay, so, like, so
nice
this
prep,
Aromatisse,
Mom.
this Aromatisse is worthy of,
I didn't even know it got Flash Cannon.
you weren't the only one.
so
I imagine.
That alone, like,
Most-
is worthy of Skypillar's place, honestly.
Oh, so now Mew comes in for free and drain punches, yep.
Aromatisse actually gets a bunch of random special moves.
It
and
does.
It's actually really good.
Yeah, like, people,
Like,
don't sleep. Aromatisse is, like, one of the best lower tier fairy types.
it gets Nasty Plot and Trick Room too.
yep.
And they can't be taunted.
Yeah.
So from here is what the set was supposed to be.
Oh my.
Yes.
It was a weakness policy Mew with Drain Punch.
Oh, and I love It's the synchronizability on Mew, especially if you got Rust.
Yeah.
And the heal bell
And,
reviews.
The
And
heal
since I
bell
did-
was crazy. I saw the toxic, and then I was like, that sucks. He's gonna die. No, it's weakness policy, D-dance, heal bell, Mew.
Did you forget who was coaching this Mew? I mean, come on.
Good lord,
the same man that spent 8 hours trying to decide what Silvally said he was going to bring in his WPF championship run. Come on.
8 hours. Wow.
I've actually spent 8 hours deciding to bring U-turn Ghost Silvally with defense investment. So, these mons that are super versatile, I like to go a little bit over the top with them.
I think Silvally is a good budget Mew. If you aren't able to get Mew right away, I think Silvally is a solid fallback if you like that glue piece.
Kind of the Silvally to Mew comparison personally. I feel like Silvally is just. I like Silvally a lot. I just feel like it can definitely be. I honestly feel like it can be more scary than Mew at times. It can change that typing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Understand.
Because one of the things that you can do with because when you build with Mew or when you build with Silvally, the way that I like to approach is making them the most unpredictable as they can be. Because like I went with Greninja, so Mew does not have to be always spiking. Went with Mega Aerodactyl because Mew does not always have to be a breaker. So I went with Mew because I went with Rotom Heat because Mew does not need to be status setting. And what I ended up with was like a Mew that can do absolutely anything. Or at least that's the impression that I have. Like
that's what is the scariest.
This Mew can be absolutely everything that I want it to be on a certain matchup. And I think that's the thing that I like the most about this team that I have right now. Like I can bring nonsense of a Mew, and maybe it can work. Like I think this team's gonna be really fun.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
The rest of the season. And GG to Barry because Barry's team is absolutely scary to deal with. It's Mega Diancie, Corviknight, Spectrier, Seismitoad. Like it was a nightmare to prep for this team.
Kyurem.
So props to him. Kyurem as well. Like he did a fantastic job with his draft. And I expect him to do a great job for the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm. And I just want to take one last moment to kind of like just point out how well nicknamed Rom's Mew was again.
Captain Hawk.
So
Fabulous
because
job.
I actually nicknamed I do have. It's not on this match, but I do have a Registeel on this team that I nicknamed Regiberry because Registeel is like the signature mon of Berry. So I was like, it would be criminal not to nickname Regiberry.
It would.
So it went to Regiberry.
For context, last season in Articuno Division, Barry Ferry drafted Registeel, and I think the first 3, it might have even been 4 or 5 weeks, he brought the same Iron Defense Body Press set for Registeel, and I think through those first 5 weeks, Registeel was the kill leader in Articuno Division.
Yeah, he swept me with it.
Because nobody brought
like,
Taunt or Haze or...
Me too. I think he definitely swept me with it.
Yeah, like nobody caught on. But
that mon is a problem to say the least.
yeah, Registeel is pretty good.
I'm gonna shout out Fist of Your Doom here. 48 kills with Registeel all time.
Isn't it his all-time
insane.
kill leader?
Yeah, it is insane how many leagues you find with that Pokemon.
Okay, here's the real test. Rom, you said it last episode. Can you say his team name without cheating and looking at a document?
No way. Sorry, Rom. I gotta doubt you there, mate. I don't think anyone can. I don't think even Fist can.
Okay. The Cult of Mighty Tooting Rooting Soul Bash Militia Bros is starring Mega Regimentalix, a proud member of the Plant Gang, happily watered in... Sorry. Proud member of the Plant Gang and their evil twins, happily watered in jazzy tears, who is currently being held up by this clock. Blah 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 blah. Green Hills Zone Greninjas. I
gotta give you that. You got a lot of it.
I am almost there. I am almost there. Just give me 3 more weeks. I'm gonna nail it.
Well,
I'm gonna. So, you mark my words.
I'm marking him down right
at
now.
the
We got an episode scheduled for week 6.
At the end of the season, I'm gonna say the entire name of his team without looking everywhere, anywhere, and I hope he does not change the name while I train myself to do that.
Well, wait.
Just
Is it week 6 or week 9 now?
Is it week 3? Right now it's week 3.
Right. So in 3 weeks, it's week 6. Are you
Okay.
feeling cute enough to say the Mighty Root and Toot Militia team name in week 6 with no cheats, or week 9?
I think I'm gonna need week 9, but I want to try week 6.
All right. Well, we'll test it out in week 6 again.
Okay.
This is fun.
If he changes it, he'll just add on to it. He adds on to it once every 1 to 2 weeks.
Right. I think it's like every season.
Yeah, around.
I'm gonna be really sad if the moment I finally figure out the entire name, he's gonna add more, and I will have to.
He's gonna like realize, okay, somebody's memorized it. Now I have to add on. I have to cut off the team name in his cell for his team because it just overwrites everything on the Cycle Google Sheets page.
Oh yeah, I changed. I had to add into his name, like his, like person name, because when you look at the schedule page, all you see is just a bunch of text, and you don't know who you're actually playing.
Yeah.
So I had to like fit in the middle, like a bracket, and, like FIST. I had to write that in, so people know who they're facing.
I saw that when I was reworking the docs this week, and I just chuckled a little bit. Like, yeah, it's understandable.
In EDC, what we had to do for
opi-
Fist team name is we had to make 3 different roles because we couldn't fit the entire name in one.
Oh my goodness.
I still stand behind that this is the best team name I've ever seen, and I will happily take the burden of trying to type that every time on doc updates. Luckily enough, I am not the one that updates the doc from Lugia, but but if he was in Zapdos, I would happily take the task of updating his team name if he needs.
Well, we're gonna jump up to Lugia Division now, and we're gonna look at.
Ooh.
I think this is week 2. Sun versus Bagel Ghost,
Oh, I get to watch Sunny.
and there was a cold turn of events that happened in this game.
Is that a Stunfisk I see?
Yeah.
Why is it hard wall Nihilego?
Stunfisk, dude, don't sleep on that. It's actually really good.
Not hard ball Nihilego.
Well, it has grass mod, I guess. So did you bring it from Mega Pitch then? Or is it just kind of there?
It's there for Mega Pidgeot and Lando. Or not Lando.
Lando.
Marino.
What's the other thing? Urshifu for Static.
I guess it's fair
viable.
enough.
It's viable. I mean,
Oh, that's unfortunate. Confused already.
Yeah. But it kind of makes up for it here, because
yeah.
Oh, well, now you know the set too.
Now I know
so-
exactly what I'm dealing with. So I stick out.
Yeah, now you're hard, Blue.
This blue is basically MVP, and I think it would have been MVP had unfortunate circumstances.
Wait, is it or was it? Is it or was it?
I still think it's the MVP.
Okay.
of-
Okay.
The goat is in.
Step on me.
Yeah, this is really important. 'Cause I really want rocks.
Get rocks here, I guess. Yep.
Yeah, of course. And then into is.
Okay,
I thought he
Wendell,
would. I did not think anybody would stay in.
Sonny, remember this set? This set looks familiar. I think.
Just said it was useful this game.
You beat me with this set.
I know I did. It was pretty great.
Okay, so you named your Stunfisk Step on Me. I need to test you now. What would you name Stunfisk Galler?
Well, unfortunately, I don't think I will ever draft a Stunfisk Galler.
That's fair, but hypothetically.
I will probably name it the same thing.
Oh, that's unfortunate. The correct answer was
You gotta
Bear
name it Step on Me Galler.
The correct answer was Bear Trap.
Step on,
or
Step on
Step-
me, Kolar.
or Step on Galler. You
That's-
know.
the Stunfisk Galler would be Step on Me, but on a British accent.
Jeez,
Is
I
your
need your
defogger
match.
Latias or
You'll see. You'll see. Just wait.
Right. No attack boost. That's kind of unfortunate. Just these things under click protect.
What's the percentage on Meteor Mash? Is it 30%?
It's 30. Yeah.
Sounds about
No,
right.
it's 20%.
Oh, it's
okay.
20.
Okay.
Anakin, you are the chosen one.
Oh, I didn't realize his Landers was Anakin. I was just like, did you just say Anakin out of reaction, or? I was like, that's a new one for me.
Oh, all right. Wendell, best defogger. Oh, if he U-turned there,
That was a bad. He's
no
scarred
way he was
three.
doing it. Oh, he's
my
scarred. Oh,
Lando.
that's true. I didn't know this.
And then I used
Lando
to
I
know.
is a good defogger. This isn't a well-known fact, but Sheer Force makes him defog harder. So
Yeah, that's true.
He removes hazards for the rest of the game. Actually, it's not just that one turn.
he just removes hazards more aggressively.
Wait, he doesn't. Yeah, no, he wouldn't take he wouldn't take life orb damage for that. It's not an attack.
This
move.
Metagross takes everything, by the way. Like, it lives every
Where you
single
spit
hit.
out, you had to be like max.
I'm
spit
max
out
HP,
there.
max Spadev, Assault Vest.
How are you liking Metagross?
Holy,
It's been really good.
that
Like-
heat wave still does a lot of damage. Honestly,
Yeah. And because of how like much survivability I got this game, because I got the grassy terrain.
Ooh,
Yeah, see
there it is.
that's why I brought it. That's why I brought it.
that was nice.
Wait, are Urshifu's paws always red?
I think it's dependent.
No,
on
I think that's the shiny one.
Was it?
I
I
never
think.
even realized that before.
I've
That's
never
cool.
like. I'm just picturing that now. Like, what color are they normally?
I think they are yellowish.
And
That
right
sounds
here,
like-
look how clutch this Metagross is.
I have to go shout out to the best Star Wars character
And
on
then
screen right
I
now.
got a grassy terrain to benefit.
Ooh.
It's like it just stays alive so long.
Oh my
That is
goodness.
that is
It's
nuts.
guaranteed live
That's
there, by the
pretty
way.
amazing.
I always live that hit.
Yeah, that's. I would assume you knew because you didn't bullet punch there. That's nuts.
Dude, this Metagross is just a pain in Ghost's ass.
It's gone like
No!
like 5 terrain turns. Oh, this is really.
Did he?
Or
Pick,
the next,
Stunfisk.
this one.
did you
this-
para? Ah.
Oh, beautiful.
That's why I brought it. That's why I brought it.
Stunfisk
It was
is
planned.
goated.
It was
This
planned.
was unlucky.
What are you policy? Oh, Culver, okay.
No, I got crit.
At least it
So-
told you it was a crit before the berry reacted. So like, I don't know where I'm going with that, but I mean, good thing you had the berry.
I was hoping he would get paralyzed, but no, to no avail.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, you got really unlucky with the pairs this game. So
I'm still waiting for that cold turn.
Yeah,
event.
Boo is the free switch into Registeel every time because I just get Leech Seed off and he can't do anything.
Unless
But then this
This is
happens.
and ice, baby.
Except when he does that.
Except
Then
when
he
he does
can do
that.
stuff.
That's good. By the way, that's
Wait.
one turn
Why did he go into Hillago there?
to Sakia to get a free Urshifu, I guess.
I guess, but I don't. Yeah, I don't. Boo wasn't one-shotting or Shifu either way. So I think,
Man, that
yeah,
does
I
so
think that's-
much.
Oh, that sucks. That was kind of massive.
Stunfisk playing from the dud. Pretty much.
I say Stunfisk was the MVP of this game personally.
I
He
agree
lived
with you.
This was a little bit unfortunate.
Oh, it lived. That wow, Reggie Steele just eating these hits.
I hate Reggie.
He said GG. Oh wait, that man said nah. Never mind.
And now I try to thaw 2.
Freeze is the stupidest mechanic in the game.
We've
It's not even funny.
I agree.
we agree. We've talked about this.
100% agree.
We've talked about this in a previous episode where we think that it should be more like burn, but for special attack.
That's honestly a really good idea. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
and that's
the
5
turns-
burns asleep or frozen. Sorry, 5.
That's so dumb. And then
And then I just gauged the damage to kind of just see. Didn't do a lot, so
that
So he
was
does what
really
any
sad.
respectable person would do, and says, "You know what? Fine, I'll just freeze you."
Two can play at this game.
and look how clutch this Metagross is.
This is Metagross.
Actually, was Metagross the MVP of the game?
I think
I still give it to Stunfisk.
I don't know.
Metagross basically weakened the Primarina. It killed the Mega Pidgeot. It basically killed the Nihilego, and it killed this Registeel.
I think Metagross stole the show there. Honestly, Stunfisk was a close second, but I think.
So Greninja is the secret MVP.
Well, right, he's the sleeper. That was very clutch. I don't know what words you said to Greninja there before that ice beam, but they worked.
You know, me and Greninja have this kind of bond.
Yeah, you know, some might call it a battle bond.
Oh,
Hey!
oh Lord, oh my goodness.
Actually, Battle Bond Greninja cannot be shiny, so
Oh.
Oh really?
yeah.
I did not know that.
Because it's Ash Greninja, and Ash's Greninja is
Yeah, it also has to be male.
You know,
right?
I respect that a little bit.
Ash's.
All right, so what do we got
I
next?
actually don't remember ever using Ash's Greninja.
It's
Like
really, it's
I
really good.
literally don't, because like it's banned everywhere. So what
Actually,
do I know?
I have a funny story with Ash Greninja. We allowed it in EDC Season 2. Don't ask why. We also allowed Genesect,
Okay.
Megaladios, Sleeper Cinderace, Protean Greninja. Yeah. So anyway, Ash Greninja went 0-5 that season.
What?
And it was traded for Tapu Koko at the end.
No.
Okay, that's interesting. That's a choice.
It definitely is. And Ash Gren was forever a meme in EDC after that.
I can understand at that point. Well, I think I don't have any. This was my candidate submission. I don't have any other games that I thought I ought to highlight, but I enjoyed watching this set between Daniel and Electric in the VGC division. So
Is that Gmax Pikachu?
It is. Because
That's my favorite Gmax.
Because what other Pikachu would it be? I think the Gmax Pikachu is actually really good, honestly. I'm gonna play this on slow.
When I played VGC Vividly, I used Gmax Pikachu, and it was so fun just powering everything guaranteed. Wait, why is it funny?
I wish I really like the Inteleon Soak with the Gmax Pikachu. I was trying to build a team with Inteleon, Gmax Pikachu, and Rillaboom, because Inteleon would just be the
policy.
The
All right, and Lucky's dead already.
That's all right. He's just getting information.
Slippin'.
I think Electric ought to just win this set automatically because he nicknamed his Pokemon and he loves his Pokemon, but Daniel doesn't.
Yeah, nickname your Pokemon is very important. I would not recommend forgetting it.
It is.
This Finny is calling for. This Finny's going crazy.
It is. My goodness.
Oh, Spectreator's gotten bigger.
Big horse.
That's
Oh,
a
that
really
sucked.
unfortunate miss.
Oh,
on the
that
Thunderous.
sucks a lot. Actually, no, wait, no.
It doesn't do much to the
It would have
Gcaps.
sucked if Thundy went for Jinx and then Finny went for the spec,
Yeah,
which it did anyway.
It would have hurt more there.
To be fair, he wasn't predicting the miss, but like. So now what? Oh, he brings in Grim. Oh, Yuxi.
Prepping for for VGC games is just a totally different beast. Like, I think so. I've prepped with Electric a couple of times, and the way that he thinks out his prep is, I think it's very impressive. The way that he's like, okay, what does my opponent usually lead? Like, he'll go into notes like the amount of times that his opponent has led this and that, and he'll base his lead off of that, and he'll have like different trees for like, if they bring this is how I'm going to play turn one kind of thing. And it's just it's very very eye-opening to like see how successful VGC draft players prep and draft versus like me.
Electric has the Grim, correct?
Correct.
Okay, just double checking there. Yeah.
Electric is Mancini the Amazing, and then Daniel is the Awesomeness.
Ooh, so Finny has lagging tail. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's funny. Daniel has to use his alt account because his mega account got lost.
That killed through reflect.
It's
Wow.
It's like base.
Kartana is,
Oh, I know it's strong, but Finny has good defense, and that's a reflect.
bro, this
That's
Kartana
terrible.
goes nuts.
Oh, nice switch.
This game eats a max.
That's doing
knuckle.
nothing.
I mean, it is Dynamax.
It is.
Most people forget that Kartana is only paper thin on the special side,
Right.
because the physical defensive side of the thing is absurd. Like synthesis, Kartana is not something out of this world. Like, you can actually properly use this set. So like, if you're going on the physical side, Kartana can be a wall.
Yeah, it can. Yeah.
Pikachu just dropped.
Grimstar's got
Or
the weakest
honestly,
policy
Sub-Toxic Protect, Synthesis, Calm Mind, Kartana is not a bad set at all.
I was
Exactly.
playing on
It's
the
really
ladder.
bad,
I was
but-
playing on the ladder against a Kartana, and somebody brought out a Blast from the Past into Gen 7 VGC with a timid, I think it was like 17 IV attack Kartana, so that every time that it got a kill, its speed would get boosted instead of its attack. Kartana,
I remember that set.
Kartana is nothing to sleep on. Like it's
Oh my-
easily walled by a fire type, but like if you let it get rolling.
No, you say easily walled. Knockoff's still doing a hefty chunk.
I mean, that's
and
true.
once
Knock
those
off
boots
Sacred
come
Sword.
on-
That's true. Knock off Sacred Sword. I mean, banded Kartana can cause a lot of problems. That's true.
This Kartana is just taking names.
It is.
It's just...
This Kartana don't care.
Did it just already win?
Yeah, dude, that's... Okay, that Lovely Kiss at a Tapu Fini after you went for the Max Grass move
Was
to change the
huge.
terrain was massive. Like, that won this game, this set.
That's why I hate sleep. And when I played VGC for a short while, I hate sleep. Oh my lord.
It's
It
a
is
pain.
so annoying.
Because there's no sleep clause in VGC. Like, you can
My-
put multiple Pokemon to sleep.
You know, I hate Yawn. I hate that move.
Yeah.
Ugh,
It forces
awful.
you to choose which
I-
is more important.
I hate when my opponent uses. But when I use, like, I like the move, not
Right.
against it.
Right. But yeah, okay, so that was this game 3 was the reason why I felt like this set should be nominated, because I forget what the move is called. Max Grass. What is
Max
it?
Overgrowth.
Max Overgrowth.
Max Overgrow.
I always want to call it Bloom Doom because of Gen 7, but yeah, Max Overgrowth, followed by Lovely Kiss into the Tapu Fini. That won the set, and I thought that was pretty cool. That was very thought out, very, very well played by Electric, and fun.
Definitely. He was definitely able to play around his mistakes after game 1, which is definitely a part of VG best of 3.
Yeah. No, I
Or
think-
even singles best of 3, which I see often. Playing around your mistakes is always important.
a lot of times I think like the first game is more of like a feeler, like you're like in boxing or something, you're just sending jabs to see what your opponent brought, and then after that it's more so like, okay, game time. Like it's always nice to get the game 1 win, but it's never like make or break. It's always more just to gather as much information as you can about your opponent to better select your lead and how you want to play games 2 and 3.
Yeah, I'd say game 2 is the game because either decide the winner or the loser sent them back.
Right. Yeah, game 2 is definitely the pivotal game. But so that is the Sky Pillar Spice for this week 3 edition. Let's see, what else do we got on the agenda tonight? I think that's it. Penny, new segment of the podcast. We're gonna introduce Penny for your thoughts. The name of the segment might evolve over time. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen now.
Oh, I want to see Discord over Discord. No.
No more
Why?
No more Inception. Let's see here. Penny for your thoughts. So, what I want to know is, what are your thoughts on having awards at the end of the season? Like, do you think, like, I listened to a football podcast for fantasy football, the fantasy footballers, and I love their show and their product, what they put out. And they have this series at the end of the season called the Footies, just because they're footballers, so they play out the foot in the name. I've thought about I've kicked around the tires about having like awards at the end of the season called like the Talons or the Talents or something. I don't know, some punny name, and maybe having like a week or two for the server to vote, and then we present the awards. We presented the Talons to the server. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Well, my league EDC does awards, and how we do it is, well, this season we were pretty busy, so it was kind of rushed towards the end, but it worked out anyway. We make a sheet for the admins and the mods to fill out, which basically put your name for each winner, and then we'll add up the total, and whoever gets the most votes gets the award. We do a little write-up for them, and we announce the award. We've been doing that since season 1, actually. It's been going for 4 seasons straight, so we usually do awards. I think it's fun because it allows the community to see who has the most impact, and definitely gives people to play. Like, it definitely allows Kalir to be actually interesting instead of just being there.
I like that.
I don't know if you've seen the DGB awards, but there's a
see
lot of
those.
time.
I saw those this last season. They did a lot of awards.
Yeah, there's a lot of time and effort put into them, and they also have a forum where the coaches get to nominate.
Mm-hmm.
The staff behind it, they watch through some of the replays to kind of just decide what would be like the best game to kind of showcase as well.
Mm-hmm.
And to like kind of nominate their own coaches. So then they make like this form, and then the coaches get to vote a bunch of different options.
I like that.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's a good idea. We'd have to give sort of a little bit of background on why certain nominees are there, and then we'll have people vote on the nominees.
I think it could also give us a little bit of a reason or incentive to have the podcast extend into the off season of the league as well, to have more like, I guess, I'll look back at the stats of the previous season, like the top fire type in season 4, for example, or the best Pokemon under 10 points. Some fun categories like that. Like it could be fun to just do a total like stat dive in. That could just be the inner nerd in me looking at it, but
I think that the categories that we are going to put to like make these awards are also very, very important, because depending of the train of thought or the direction that we go for, it might be a little bit excessive, like the best fire type, the best normal type, the best water type. Bro, there are 18 types there, so like it's not optimal. You do like a best of each type. You can look for other stuff and other characteristics and other interaction to make this award. but I like the idea. It's very interesting, and I think that it can include people that did not make playoffs, so they are just watching games. Like, we can include an award for these people as well.
I like that. I think it'd be nice to hear like anybody in the server that's listening to the podcast. If you got any ideas, shoot me a DM or anybody in the staff, or just comment on the video below. What you think would be a good platform, or I guess maybe not platform is the best word, but like a good theme for awards. Obviously, there's things like like best, like MVP, or best defensive, or best offensive, or best nickname. I mean, like there's
Best bird.
best bird. Yeah, there are.
Right.
That's actually really good for the server. I like
think-
that a lot.
I like
Best
that. I like
bird.
that too. Best bird.
I like that a ton.
Best bird will
That's
definitely
funny.
be an award for the talents.
EDC has best low tier. I think is definitely a fun one for people like 8 points or 7 points and below or something. Could be
Mega
fun.
Manectric.
I like
Yes.
right this season.
Yes.
This season, Mega Man
Mega Man-
definitely has a say in it.
Best bird's gonna be Mega Man Electric. Is that what you say?
We'll Photoshop some wings on it.
Best fire type,
course.
Mega Manectric.
Right. Yeah, I like that idea. The best low tier, best bird, especially for the server.
Best bird is so good.
It
It's
is.
so fitting for this server.
It is. I like
That's
that.
such a good idea.
Even if you got a better idea for like for the award names, like talents is something I just came up with like 2 minutes of thinking. If you got a better name for like something that's got a theme for the server, let us know.
It would have to be like fit with the theme of SPS. Like, we are the Sky Pillar Stadium. The podcast is Sky Pillar Sitdown. The hit of the week is Sky Pillar Spice. Like, it has to fit with this category of making the last S the one describing the name of the award. Sky Pillar.
Something.
I don't know.
The
Sky Pillar.
The Sky Pillar something works.
Sky Pillar. Sky Pillar. I'm gonna Sky Pillar shut because
So yeah, hit us up in the comments below or in the server, and just let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you thought of the video, and we look forward to we got another episode coming out in week 6. So
Sky. Sorry, Sky Pillar 6. That doesn't work.
of course, hey, it works. Sky Pillar 6. Hey.
Sky Pillar 6.
The Sky Pillar 6. Hey. So yeah, any closing thoughts from you fine gentlemen?
So, in case it is nighttime when you're watching this or listening to this, I just want to say for you to go Sky Pillar sleep. Sky Pillars. I'm sorry, that's so stupid. Sky Pillar stupid.
We love you no matter what. We love you.
This is so punny. I'm gonna have to hey, shout out to anybody that else got Pokemon Snap. I'm gonna be playing that once we get done with the recording here. So yeah,
Sky Pillar Snap, anybody?
Sky Pillar Snap. Hey.
I'm gonna say it before he can.
Yeah, I'm actually still playing through Sky Pillar Sword and Shield, so I'm.
Hey, everybody's got a Sky Pillar start somewhere, So with that,
All right,
we will.
Sky Pillar shut the hell up.
We're gonna Sky Pillar shut this episode down.
Well, just want to say thanks for
think-
having me on, guys. Definitely was really fun.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us, dude.
Thank you for joining us. I was about to try to thank you so much for Sky Pillar. Share your thoughts with us, and I'm gonna Sky Pillar stop.
You didn't even say make sure to Sky Pillar subscribe and make sure to Sky Pillar hit that like button.
We need to stop, or else I'm gonna commit Sky Pillar suicide.
Sky Pillar subscribe to the channel, and Sky Pillar smash that like button. With that, we'll Sky Pillar see you next week. Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you next week. No, not next week. Week 6. We'll see you week 6. All right. Thanks for
Sky Pillar, see ya.
see ya.
Sky Pillar, see ya, everybody.